What's up, guys? It's Mikey K here with Man Meat Barbecue and Fire and Smoke Barbecue. I am hanging outside today because it's beautiful and I am home with this pandemic going on. You know, I'm home hanging out, but we get a lot of questions about what is the best cooker to start with for catering. I'm going to give this answer pretty simply, pretty easily. We're going to break it down into three different ways. How attentive do you want to be to your cooker? Do you want to go stick burner, right? And if it's really windy, I'm sorry, guys. But do you want to go to a stick burner? A stick burner is going to give you more space usually, considering most of them tend to be bigger, and they tend to be a little bit more affordable. Not all stick burners are affordable or more affordable, but how attentive do you want to be? Do you want to be throwing in a stick every couple of minutes? Do you not? Do you want to set something and forget it? Do you want to be able to put 8 pork butts on there and then basically set it, leave for 8 hours, come back, and it's done. You know what I mean? It just depends on how attentive you want to be to that unit. The other thing that I say when you're looking for it is know how many people you want to be able to feed. Know that, say like, okay, we're going to start with, we want to be doing parties between 50 to 100 people because that's what's going to make you good amounts of money. That's a big number of parties. And sorry, it's super windy here in the backyard. I didn't think about this before I came out here and did this video. But look at a cooker that can feed that many people, and then start looking at what you want to buy. Do you want to go with a commercial unit like a Southern Pride if you have that kind of income, or you have that that amount of money that you can put into it, or are you going to go with an Old Hickory? Like what's your thoughts? Now, the other thing you're gonna have to think about is if you're cooking out of a commercial kitchen, which you need to be, make sure you think about, how am I gonna get my unit to my kitchen? How am I gonna cook? Where am I gonna cook? All that kind of great stuff. Where am I going to store it also? Storage is a big thing. When not being used, are you able to store it at home? Do you have enough room? Are you able to store it somewhere in a commercial kitchen? Are you able to store it at a commercial storage facility? Those are all super important things that you need to think about before you jump in and say, hey, I want to be a caterer and this is what we're going to start doing. You got to start thinking about other parts of it, not just the cooker. That's kind of what I'm getting to, is so many people are like, what cooker should I buy? What cooker should I buy? I know I can do this. What cooker should I buy? What cooker should I buy? Listen, the cooker is going to come. It's a great idea. Yes, you need to know what your budget's going to be for it and all that. But as far as everything else goes, you need to start thinking about the logistics of where you're going to cook out of. How are you going to be able to store wood? We're lucky enough to be able to store wood at our place, and they don't charge us extra for it. So that helps us out a lot. We bring the cooker there. We have it on a trailer. It makes life a little bit easier. We have it on wheels, so it rolls on and off. For us, we cook on a Myron mixed in H2O. And we have a water hookup at the kitchen. They help us out with that. There's a hose spigot on the outside. Makes life super easy. These are all things that you need to think about before you jump in and just throw something together. And I think there's so many people that are just doing that right now because they're just looking for an easy, quick way to make a buck. And if you're gonna do catering, do it the right way. Get all the permits, get all your food safe stuff, and do all that kind of stuff. I don't think people look at it. They're like, oh, I'll cater. My friend said that they'll hire me for their birthday party, and then I'll just do this, do that, do this. No, really take the time to sit down, make your business model, know what things are going to cost you, how you're going to do it, and all that fun stuff. So I hope this video helps a little bit talking about cookers. We're in the middle of building a new concession trailer, which is slightly on hold because of this whole pandemic thing. But basically what we will be doing is we're going to be putting the Myron mix in H2O 60 on it. And the reason that we went for it is the space of the back of the trailer and all that. Like, that's all things that we started putting into play. And then water. Well, you need water. So what did we do? We put a bigger tank of fresh water on our trailer so that we could put a spigot on the back, and we would be able to have a freshwater reserve for our cooker. These are all things that we were thinking about to make sure that we don't get ourselves in hot water, no pun intended, when we get the trailer, we put it on there, and we go, oh shit, how do we get water to this thing? Not every event allows you to have water. Do I want to be filling up gallon buckets? No, I don't want to be filling up gallon buckets. That's a shit ton of work. I don't want to do that. I just want to be able to hook my hose up and let her go. So these are all things that we thought about. These are all things that we are taking care of in the forefront of knowing the problems that we might have. So we're trying to solve problems before we create problems. That's my 2 cents on what cooker you should buy. I'm not giving you any brand names. I'm not telling you to go out and buy a Yoder, go buy a Lang or anything like that, or go buy, a Gravity Feed or this. I'm telling you, look at 3 things. How attentive do you want to be to your cooker? How many people need to be fed off your cooker? And how easy your cooker is to move around. Those are your 3 things that you need to look at when you're first thinking about getting into catering. Cheers.